The platform that claimed to champion artist rights was using the same tactics that had enslaved musicians for generations. But this time, looked like the artists themselves. His security concerns weren't just about physical safety. They were about protecting information that could expose the entire system. In those final weeks, Prince spoke to close associates about dangerous elements within the industry, about powerful figures who punished those who challenged them, about exclusive parties where young artists felt pressured to compromise themselves for career advancement.
Ditto.
Now, you heard it. It's one thing when you're going against them and you're doing so because you think it's because they think it's about the music or you think it's about the music, whatever, whatnot. Let's say they think it's about the music and you're taking them to court, you're winning, you're retaining your masters, everything, your catalog is intact, all of that. You're doing, like I said, some other shit, like, you know what I'm saying, Tory Lanez, and you're figuring out ways of doing things, or like Prince, all of that. You're doing too much, and you've had access to too much. And that's something that, I'm going to tell you something. Whenever we talk about certain artists, like, you know, Prince, for example, we'll tell you all about how great he was. They'll tell you all about, you know, how these folks were trying to set him up and everything and yada, yada, yada. But you got to realize he was all in with them too. It's what it is. He was all in with them too. All of them were all in. If you're at that level and you're doing those type of things, you're all in with them. But it's just that at some point, maybe your soul, your conscious or something starts to get to you. You evolve at a certain point, and it's like now you're not in that space anymore because you know what it's about. See, it's not even so much that people get to a point where it's like, oh, I just done got too old for it. Nah, nigga, it's like you know that there is a finish line, and that's exactly what happens. They finish your ass. Everything's finished. Your career's finished. Money finished. All of that finished. Why? Because they're going to get back your masters. That's what it's all about. Masters. Keep that word. Keep that word. Hold on to that word. Master.
All the work. I created it, so I felt like it should belong to me.
Career advancement.
Did all the work. I created it, so I felt like it should belong to me. That said, the companies felt otherwise.
As Prince's investigation deepened, the true scope of Jay-Z's manipulation became clear. The title deal wasn't about artist empowerment. It was about acquiring Prince's catalog through deception, using the language of revolution to disguise old-fashioned corporate piracy. The pressure tactics escalated throughout 2015 and into 2016. What had begun as a simple streaming agreement morphed into demands for complete ownership. Jay-Z's team wasn't subtle about their ultimate goal. They wanted Prince's masters, and they were willing to use any method necessary to get them. Prince had seen this movie before with Warner Brothers, but at least they had been honest about their greed. Jay-Z's approach was more insidious, wrapping exploitation in the rhetoric of Black empowerment and artist solidarity. The man who rapped about the struggles of the streets was using those same tactics against the very artists he claimed to champion. The breaking point came when Prince discovered how extensively Tidal was already streaming his music without permission. The original agreement covered one album for 90 days. Instead, Tidal was treating his entire catalog as their property, generating revenue from his life's work while he received nothing beyond the initial streaming fee. This wasn't a mistake. It was theft. Systematic, calculated, and protected by legal language designed to confuse artists about their actual rights.
Now, I just want to stop right there for a minute, because when I think about what he said, like as far as when streaming came into play, and just how in his initial contract, he was supposed to get paid for that one particular, project they, put together. But they started taking more. They started, like, siphoning more, taking more. I don't think that we realize that as us watching from the outside, putting things together, doing these critical thought deep dives. I don't think we realize honestly that, well, most people are looking at it like, well, it's like this. You got to take it from the perspective of, he was in bed with these people at, one time, maybe literally. I don't know. I wasn't there, but these parties and everything, all that, man. Let me tell you something. The people who can tell you about the parties were there. I'm not saying they were like partaking in what was going on, but they were there, which means these parties really happen. And some of these celebrities who are like speaking out about it and everything, they've reached certain levels where they were, invited. Sometimes it's not even your status as being somebody big. You may just be adjacent to, somebody who signed somewhere, who's doing something, and this label may want to, bring you over too. Because you might be doing something, like you might be somebody hot, and you like a friend of Ray J's. So it's like they're hearing Ray J playing your music. Of course, they're gonna use Ray J to bring your ass over. And you thinking that it's just a kind gesture, he moving you in, doing songs with you. No, he lining your ass up, because they're gonna sign you on the paperwork. Most people don't know. And then I'm gonna get off here. Most people don't know this. An artist ain't gotta do shit but sign that paperwork. You ain't gotta do shit but sign that paperwork. Because even in signing that, paperwork, it's so much legalese and jargon in there. You don't know what the hell you signing. They sign multi-layered, contracts, insurance policies on your ass. I think that what the average one is like, I'll put it like this. By the time they've collected a couple million off your ass, and you ain't had to drop one song. You could have just got signed. They ain't even putting that out on your ass, and they just straight off you. And they may do that around, like, if they need to recoup some things from another artist who didn't do something. Oh, we need to get our numbers up in the fiscal season and get everything going good. All right, knock this nigga off. Knock this nigga off. It'll be like, and the crazy thing is, why y'all think and this might seem a little bit off, but this is really on point. Why you think they tell us about rappers ain't nobody ass ever heard of? Oh man, young LNS so-and-so, 300 kid body, Doughboy got knocked off yesterday, killed in Memphis, Chattanooga, so-and-so. It's like, nigga, ain't nobody heard of him for real. You know what I'm saying? But they'll let you know about this person, and they'll come, and then you get all of the fake grief and the concern, like, and everybody. No, ain't nobody heard about dude. Or even if it is somebody you have heard about, who you really don't hear nobody talk about, whose music that you really don't hear, who don't even have a vast catalog that's really like that, that's something that should be. And they create this big emotional sadness campaign off of it, this energy harvest. Everybody's sad, so everybody playing this person's music. Why? Because they're telling you to, oh man, rest in peace, so-and-so, yada, yada, yada. Then they run up these streams on it, and they fake those numbers. They get the big payoff, if the person is dead, the label owns the little, like, you know what I'm saying? They own everything. So all the money goes into their hands. So it's like, why would you even want to sign these contracts? Why would you even want it? Why? Because of the promotion? Because of what you think you get out of it? Man, you better be careful. Think about something, and then I'm going to get out of here. When the last time we seen a big celebrity, any celebrity, name anyone, from somebody who just who been out for a while but just haven't, or is just not known as somebody big, to somebody that's just big who really look happy and really and make it out good, that you see? I'm gonna say this: the celebrities that you don't see, a lot of them are smart. They stay their ass out of Dodge. Probably one of the smartest things they could ever do. You know, because they know what it is out there. They ain't at them damn parties. They ain't doing none of that. They laying low until they can do another project. It's the ones that want to be known that you gotta watch for. But I'll catch y'all in the next video.